Kids pictures with Santa. I actually have a great story. I need to find this one Santa and apologize. All right, everybody, if you know me at all, you know I love Christmas. I really, really do. It's my favorite holiday. It's so much fun. I love the music. I love the music so much, in fact, I'm actually releasing a second Christmas album that comes out today. And why are we releasing it in October before Halloween? Because why the hell not? And because you only get so long to listen to Christmas music. I'm very excited about the album. It's called When Christmas Comes Around, ... because everybody's in a different place, and it depends on the year and chapter of your life, and there's literally a song for every kind of emotion you might be having. There's sad, there's happy, there's let's go out and get a Christmas tree, and then there's sexy, there's like all these different songs. There's some originals, and then there's also some classics. My new single for it, which is Christmas Isn't Canceled, Just You. I actually don't believe in cancel culture. It was just a funny play off of, like, you know, maybe your relationship went sour, or maybe something isn't, you know, everything isn't going okay. That doesn't mean everything is bad. Christmas is coming and it's not canceled, just maybe a portion of your life. To celebrate the release of my new album, its first single, Christmas Isn't Canceled, Just You, and the holidays, I'm going to play a fun holiday game called Christmas Isn't Canceled, but What Should Be. Pumpkin spice lattes with almond milk, please, because I'm lactose intolerant. I love pumpkin, I love spice, and I love a latte. So definitely liking that. Yep, I love all Christmas drinks. I love having a Christmas drink in June and feeling like it's Christmas. It just is nice. Okay, Elf on a Shelf. Love Elf on a Shelf. Will say that, man, that elf works hard on all those little scenarios. That elf is just going fishing sometimes. He shows up and he's been at soccer camp. There's a lot of things. He's like scaling the wall. Like, that elf, it's a lot of hard work. Parents, right? We're thinking those elves work really hard. But I will say it's really fun, and I love when the elf visits, and it's magical, so. All right, so decorating for Christmas much earlier than December? Of course you're decorating before December. Do you know how much money you spend on those lights and those decorations? I think it's fine to start. I decorate my house big time. Usually we start November 1st, you know, because you get 2 full months of all the prettiness. Because I love Christmas, and it makes you feel happy, right? You're coming in your driveway, it's all lit up, it's magical. I'm liking that. Die Hard being considered a Christmas movie? Absolutely. They're at a Christmas party. He rescues him at a Christmas party. Anything with Alan Rickman, even Harry Potter, okay? He's in that too. But I will say Die Hard is definitely one of my faves. All of them. I like all the Die Hards. Of course it's a Christmas classic. Get out of here. Eggnog? Yes. Nothing is being canceled today, people. You know why? I shouldn't drink eggnog because it can upset my tummy. But they have almond eggnog now. They have different kinds of eggnog now. But you know what's really not canceled? Spiked eggnog. I will say, what is canceled is what might happen to me after drinking eggnog. Ugly Christmas sweaters? What? Ugly Christmas sweaters are always funny. And it's also a time, like, I feel like everybody, maybe it's just me, but I have to get dressed up all the time for work, okay? So you know what? No, if my family's coming over, you have to love me regardless, okay? So yeah, you're gonna love me in my sweats. Why am I dressing up for you? Like, why would I do that? Black Friday shopping crowds? Looking at you, Mom. This is why it's canceled, okay? It was a Walmart, and it was in Burleson, Texas, and my mom was like, we gotta get there early because the deals, blah, 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 and she like dragged me there. I had to fight grown men and women. I was like a freshman in high school fighting off for this TV. The people get crazy. I'm like, it's not that great of a deal. My God, to sacrifice your character and one's dignity, like, geez. But I will say, it's awesome now because they do a lot of it online. That's cool, because then you don't have to leave your couch. And you can be in your ugly Christmas sweater drinking some eggnog. Last minute Christmas present wrapping, not a fan, not a fan. I know that sometimes it happens, maybe with 1 or 2 gifts, that's acceptable, but canceled in general, like the end of the year for me is my busiest time with all the jobs. And I generally am done very early. early. I mean, I'm usually a month in advance. I love wrapping Christmas presents. It's an art form. It's not just wrapping paper. It's selected wrapping paper for each gift, and also there's jute rope involved, and also there's little things added to it. It's a lot, and I love it. My favorite wrapping though, and I've changed it up because I know I have children that like bright and fun, like whatever, but my favorite is just like a good old parchment paper, like wrapped with jute rope and like a little like, you know, little reindeer thingy hanging off of it, maybe some jingle bells. I like a really classic look, but I do have children, so I spice it up with some fun stuff too. Kids pictures with Santa. I actually have a great story for that. I need to find this one Santa and apologize. I think this should be canceled because it's a big thing, and then a lot of times end up crying, or it's just like they change their gifts when they talk to him, and you're like, Santa maybe doesn't have time to run around and get different ones. I don't know, like Santa's busy. It was last year, the year before, I took my kids with my friend Trisha to go see, and my friend Trisha had to go because I couldn't drive, because I hurt myself. Like, it's like we end up in here, it's chaos getting through, we're supposed to follow the story on our thing, we miss it somehow, I don't know what happened. It was just really hard to follow the app, or it wasn't connecting. Everything, my kids were like whining at some point. It just was chaos. And then by the time we get there, all of a sudden she's like, oh, we get out of the car. And so then I'm hurt, like with a crutch, right? Hurt, and I'm like, there are all these cars behind us the whole time, right? The whole time there's all these cars behind us. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm panicking, I'm sweating. I'm like gonna be like hopping to Santa. I walk just on my foot, just whatever, adrenaline kicks in. Trisha's like, why are you walking? The kids, I'm rushing over. Santa is just like, first of all, you can't be with him because of COVID. So it's like the weirdest Santa picture ever. He's like over there and we're like here and we're pretending he's there. And the kids don't get it. They're like so young. And then I'm just like, stand there. It was chaos. I yelled at Santa. I did yell at Santa. Not like hardcore, but I reprimanded Santa because he was asking a lot and my kids were so young and I was like, what is your damage, Santa? Like, why? They're like 4 and 6, dude, and they don't understand why you're over there. Like, it was hard, and then my foot, and it was a lot. But to that Santa who totally thinks I'm crazy, I'm sorry. It wasn't very magical, but we're probably gonna do it again this year. All right, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You know what's not canceled? My awesome new album. It's called When Christmas Comes Around. I hope you dig it. We worked really hard on it. It's a very different kind of Christmas album than you're probably used to, but it's where I was at in my life. So I enjoyed making it, and if you don't like it, you're getting coal in your stocking. Okay, bye.